Reality Receipts.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast, starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We're back to finish off this first batch of Love is Blind episodes. We're at 5 and 6 now, so we can finally talk about all the episodes, talk about the interviews, talk about everything that's going on behind the scenes. But should we get into the episode first?
Do we have any behind the scenes stuff yet?
Well, it's just stuff that pertains to what's going on in these episodes. I've seen a couple of interviews. They had their big press day yesterday, so they select, they hand select a few to represent the golden children of the season. And so I only saw the girls, so Brittany and Bree. I have been doing some interviews, so I saw them kind of fill in. I can just do that off the top so we don't forget about it.
Yeah.
So, Brittany gave an interview to E! News about what happened with that conversation with her and Alex. So, she said it was totally innocent and that, it was not about switching partners or anything. It was just completely innocent. But then she says, I did feel like he was trying to tell me that I was his type. Like I got that vibe, but that it was innocent. So that's what she said.
Okay, girl, bye. Because he told you that you were his type, and he told you, and you told him that you were his type. Well, we'll get there because that happens in episode 6. But also, he definitely was. I guess by the way the edit went, but he didn't say let's switch partners, but he was just kind of say we would be doing ourselves a disservice if we didn't explore each other. Like, sir, this is not Love Island.
Yeah, so she shut it down and she said it was innocent, so that was her opinion.
Okay.
Also, Bree was talking to Three Angry Nerds podcast, and she said that she felt like it was just friend vibes with her and Chris in Mexico, but then, we saw in the trailer coming up when they have that mixer, he came totally different vibes. She felt like they were just being friendly, but then in the mixer, we're going to see, which they showed in the trailer a little bit, but, sometimes the trailer is edited and it didn't really go down that way. But she said in this interview, he came with the different feelings in the mixer. So we'll have to watch for that because I don't know. We'll get to that. But I'm I felt like I felt like he was shutting it down and she was being a little flirty, right?
Same.
Okay. So she says, I guess that he came different. So we'll see that probably in the next drop. I hope the mixer's in the next drop. I hope they don't make us wait too long because that's always the best part. So
yeah.
And then what else happened? Maybe that was Brittany said there was a date in the pods where and I don't know if everybody did this or this was just their specific date, but they're supposed to draw each other. So they're supposed to guess what each other looks like and make a drawing, and that's a whole funny date, which I feel like we've seen that in the past maybe, but I can't remember. So anyway, she said that's why at the reveal, she was being so focused on looks, oh, you have freckles, oh, you have this, oh, you have that, because her drawing was so wrong. So because she was trying to explain why she was pointing out all his physical attributes. So if that gives more context to that, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I like hearing what we don't get to see, but I'm assuming that they all do the same date, so they all draw each other. So I think that's a sneaky way of them to get them to talk about the looks and to get a vision in their head and then be disappointed because it's not the vision. So the producers are smart. And that's the other thing. I know we have to give them a little grace because they get poked and prodded about is this person your type? I think Joe talked about that last season where they're confronting him in the pool. Well, what isn't your type about her and what is? And that's when he was well, I normally date petite women, right? It's not they're just hanging out and they're I'm just going to talk about her body now. They're being asked these questions, which of course they should realize they're on camera and you have to be careful. And I think Mike is doing a great job at that because I don't think Emma's his type at all, but he's not saying what Devo's saying. Devo's going
And Devo's trying. That's what's so crazy is Devo is so trying to be cautious with what he's saying, and he doesn't realize that's still offensive, which I feel like is what Joe was doing last season. But Joe's was a lot more obvious. But we'll get into Devo's little hoe ass because I've got a lot to say about
Yes.
Mr. Bernstein bear. Like, it's just like, how dare you? How
Yeah.
dare you, bitch? Like, you look like a fucking Bernstein bear, and you got the nerve to have anything to say about the baddest bitch. Or, in my opinion, she's, I think she's so beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, of all the women on the trip, I think they're all beautiful, but to me, she is like, she sticks out to me. So it's
Yeah.
like the nerve of you. We'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there because I'm gonna light his ass up. I'm gonna get in his
Yes.
ass. But I did see that we did our first live last night, you guys.
Yeah.
So it is up on our YouTube. If you guys are, it was just a practice, okay? So you see us
Yeah.
having some little
Took us a
technical
minute.
difficulties in the beginning. And I had said on there that Tyler and Kia, they did a interview with Tudum. I did
Mm.
read the article, and honestly, I thought we were going to get a lot more out of it. Like, honestly, she says that something that we didn't see is that he had said that he wasn't ready for marriage. But honestly,
Mhm.
I would love to talk to Tyler. I know we would never be able to, but
Yeah.
it didn't make sense because they were talking about how Kia and Tyler were actually not against each other. They were very supportive of each other. When Tyler left the pods, she left her hair straightener for Kia. And
Mm.
then Kia said that she's never going to fight over a guy. And then she just said, Tyler said that what we didn't see is that Kevin said that he was not ready for marriage, which is very bizarre because we literally hear him say, I never said I wasn't ready for marriage in the pods.
Mhm.
And then even in this interview, he said, I disagree with that. I'm not anybody's husband right now. Like, I was ready for
Yeah.
marriage. I, went in with the right intentions. And I do think that I'm fit to be a husband. So it really didn't make any sense. So I'm like, so
No.
did he say that or did he like what? Okay, what happened? So I would love
Yeah.
to talk to Tyler, but again, we all know that ain't gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I definitely think that Kevin went there without any intention to get married, and that makes a lot of sense now why, because he had these 2 amazing girls, didn't want like, he couldn't narrow it down, I think, and he was, like, bringing up the worst things about himself, like, "I don't have any money, I don't have enough I have one-bedroom apartment." Like, I just don't he was one of those people that probably got recruited, showed up, was like, "I'll get a little screen time and go home," and then it was like, "Okay, these girls actually wanna get engaged to me, what do I do?" That it makes a lot more sense, like, hearing
Yeah.
that he said, "I'm not ready for marriage" on the show, he definitely would have said that, that's how he was acting, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think I honestly don't think that she wanted to get engaged to. I don't think that Kia wanted to get
No.
engaged to anyone.
No.
I think Kia is amazing. I think she's a strong, beautiful woman. But I do think that we have to think about past seasons, right? And I think that sometimes people do want to recreate moments. And
Mhm.
there was an iconic moment of Jess and the EpiPen that went viral. It got her millions of followers. Like, she's probably one of the bigger success stories coming out of Love is
Yeah.
Blind. And I do think that every season we do maybe sometimes get those women that are trying to have this big moment, this big speech, and
Yeah.
her speech was amazing. She read him his rights. Like, she did it in such a classy way. But now we do see that, the blogs are picking up, this is the best speech in Love is Blind history.
Yeah.
And I do sometimes people just want that I choose myself moment, which, we've seen Tyler do like a fake one, like
Yeah.
I choose myself, just kidding,
She
not
tried.
really. and then Kia got the moment.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't think Kia wanted to get engaged. And then I think in that article, Tyler actually said, which it's like it always bothers me when women have this outlook, but she was like, I wanted to get married by any means necessary. I
Yeah.
want a partner. I don't want to die alone. And I want to get married by any means necessary. And then she's like, and then I saw any means necessary. And I was like, no, but
Yeah.
you saying you want to get married by any means necessary. It's like you literally could go under a bridge and pick up a bum and say, hey, you want to get married? And like, they're not going to say no. So like,
Yeah.
um, by any means necessary is a crazy word.
No.
Crazy
And
word.
we've
It's
I
never
feel
that
like that was
serious.
no, that was Ashley's mindset, and we saw what happened to her, so it's not a good mindset to have on Love is Blind because we know by now, we're on season 10, you know it's not possibly not gonna be any marriage quality men, maybe a couple if you're lucky, so to go in there with the mindset of, like, "I'm leaving here engaged" is dangerous because 'cause you're gonna compromise on a lot
Right.
then.
I'm leaving here with something. That's what she
Yeah.
I'm leaving here with
Jobless,
something.
homeless.
Yeah.
child abandoner, whatever it is, I'll take it.
Whatever,
And
I'll
so
take it. Yeah, and it's like I just don't like that mindset for
no.
especially like an educated, beautiful, successful woman. Like you don't have to just settle. You don't have to just take whatever's coming. You don't have
Mhm.
to take by any means necessary. You can get
Yeah,
the top of the top. So, but
totally.
yeah,
Okay, you were
that's
gonna talk about Dynasty,
Oh,
right?
Dynasty. So in episode 4, we kind of hear a little bit that she had a connection with Victor, but apparently she was in there hooping. Apparently she had a lot of options. So we're hoping to hear more of her story. So we will be looking out for that. And
Mhm.
when we have more information on it, we will let you guys know. I hear she's going to be sharing it soon. So I'm excited
Ooh,
to hear
yeah,
more of her story. I think when we did the cast reveal, Ashley was like she's one of the most stunning women I've ever seen, and it was
yeah,
really disappointing that we didn't get to see her. Like we were really hoping to see her. And yeah, so
yeah,
I'm excited to hear more of her story. Yeah.
when we saw the cast reveal photos, I was like, "This girl is a star, and, like, she's definitely gonna be a big part somehow." And then once we saw who's engaged, I was like, "Really?" But then we thought, "Okay, she's just smart, and she didn't wanna be with any of these men," which is maybe what ended up happening. We haven't heard the details yet, so I'm excited to hear what happened and who she was connecting with
Yeah,
and what happened
same.
with Victor. Mhm.
Yeah, same. Same. Yeah.
Well,
So, do you want to get into the start of episode 5? It starts with episode 5, which we kind of like jumped ahead in our last recap because we just were so obsessed with the
yeah.
Tyler, Kevin, and Kia of it all.
Mhm.
So we did jump ahead and skip through in our last recap, but
Yeah.
episode 5 starts with Tyler not showing up in the pods. Like this is where we
Yes.
officially see the ghosting. We see Kevin go back to the boys' lounge basically in episode 4 and say, I don't blame her for or no,
Mhm.
no, 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 no. This
No,
is in
he
episode 5. Yeah, he
yeah.
it starts with her not showing up in the pods and he's just like even though she
Yeah.
said she wasn't gonna show up. So I don't know. I mean, I get why he's surprised, but also like she kind of did tell you like she's not gonna show up unless
Yeah.
you do some magical act, which I'm guessing he didn't.
Okay, I told you guys I was away all weekend at a hockey tournament, eating out, getting takeout, and the thing I was most excited to get home to was my beautiful Hello Fresh box waiting on my front step for me. I am so excited to bring everyone together this week with meals that are simple and rewarding on our busy weeknights.
You guys know how we feel about HelloFresh over here. We absolutely love it. It's so convenient and delicious. You can choose from more than 35 high protein recipes each week, including new Mediterranean and GLP-1 friendly options. There's now 3 times more seafood for no upcharge. You can literally impress guests or treat yourself with new grass fed steak ribeyes. We love HelloFresh.
Because when dinner tastes this good, nothing hits like home cooking. Go to HelloFresh.com/RR10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free zwilling knife at $144.99 value on your third box. Offer valid while supplies last. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan.
Ashley, did you get the beautiful laundry sauce package that I sent you in the mail?
I sure did, and I cannot thank you enough. You sent me the Italian bergamot scent, and I have never had so many compliments on a scent before. My husband loves it, my kids love it, my friends love it. It's really infused my laundry with high-end fragrance. It fights stains, and it's elevated my laundry to 5-star status. It used to be such a dread doing laundry, and it's now my favorite day of the week because of laundry sauce.
Girl math, all we need is a cute box and cute packaging, and all of a sudden we love doing laundry. My favorite part about laundry sauce is that they have a money back guarantee. So if you are not satisfied with the smell or the cleanliness, you literally get your money back. I personally recommend subscribing to the signature package because you get detergent pods, scent boosters, dryer sheets, and more. It's a really good bang for your buck. And again, money back guarantee. So really, you have nothing to lose.
I saw that they have a Himalayan cashmere scent and Australian sandalwood, so I'm definitely going to add add those to the list of different scents that I want to try. For a limited time only, our listeners get 20% off your entire order when you use code receipts at laundrysauce.com. That's 20% off at laundrysauce.com with promo code receipts. That's RECEIPTS. After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Don't forget to drop our name, Reality Receipts Podcast. Trust us, your laundry has never smelled this good.
So
He went to the boys, though, and told them that Kia is his first choice now all of a sudden. Did you catch that?
well, I think that's once he realized Tyler wasn't there.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
You
he
know,
pulled an Emma. That's what Emma did too. So it
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
oh, you know, it's been Kia the whole time. I wasn't gonna go with Tyler anyways. It's like, yeah, right.
No, yeah, police. Okay, like
Yeah.
he's like I get that it's like again, I think we're harder on some people than we are on others. We have seen people in the past go for their second option. Emma went
Yeah.
for her third
True.
option, literally.
Hmm.
You know, but yeah, he goes back and says she wasn't there, and the guys are basically telling him it's a take this as a blessing. Like take this.
Hmm.
I think Victor says, it's you dodged a bullet, right? Because
Hmm.
I do think that you don't want to be with somebody that's going to run out every time there's conflict
Yeah.
or every time that there is an issue. And I think
Hmm.
that's rooted in a lot of things, right? I'm not gonna psychoanalyze anybody, okay? I'm not Dr. Mimi.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I just like
Love
I'm no
Dr. Mimi.
we love Dr. Mimi. But I do think that's rooted in fear of rejection. It's rooted in I want to end it before you end it. I don't want to feel this rejection. So I'm gonna do it
Hmm.
first, and so then he's like, well, I was forced to make a choice. I mean, he was. He
Yeah.
literally was quite literally was. And then he's like, but thinking, oh, well, maybe Kia's over there excited that,
Hmm.
Tyler left and wants to still get to know me. And I do think, we know Kevin's opinion sways with the wind like a leaf, but
Hmm.
I do think that the boys kind of encouraged him, like, yeah, no, you still got a shot with
Yeah.
Kia. Just tell her the truth and everything's
Yeah.
gonna be a-okay.
And we've seen this happen on other seasons, right? Nobody wants to win by default. And so once Tyler left, it's hard. It would be so hard for Kia to accept that because the other person left. And so that's why you're picking me now. You didn't choose me. You're just kind of stuck with me. And isn't that what Madison got so much hate for in season 8? Because she didn't like Mason, and then she, in the common area that kind of said something to what's her name, Meg, and then Megan didn't get engaged to Mason either, and it's like it happens a lot, and so I don't know why Madison got so much hate for that because it's like Tyler was talking to Kia about it, but they're close, they're friends, like it wasn't in a negative way, but maybe they're not supposed to talk to each other about it, but it happens a lot, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Someone said in our
that's what I said. People pick and choose like
yeah,
what they're outraged about because it's like really when you really think about every storyline, it's happened before in a
yeah.
different plot. Like,
And someone in our comments said we were being too hard on Tyler, and I felt like I said, there's not really a bad guy here. She has the right to want to be chosen and not let him just take his sweet ass time, and that was her right. I think anytime anyone storms out of a pod and wants to leave, then that's a red flag just for a relationship in general, that's how you handle conflict. So it wasn't like we were trying to be hard on her. It's just if anybody did that, a man or any of the other girls was like stormed out like that and then came back, like it's something
and
it's
it's
something to comment on.
it's our opinion, and if
Yeah.
your opinion is different, that's fine. That's why we're all here sharing it. I love Tyler. Tyler's literally been in
Yeah.
my comments on on TikTok. So there's no love lost. And so it is what it is. It
Mhm.
was not like if a man did that to a woman, we would be outraged, but it is
Yeah.
like, okay, he was taking his sweet time, but also at where they were at in the process, it didn't make sense to be so upset about
No.
having two choices. And she was trying to I do get that she was trying to be firm and making him stand on something. We hate a flipsy flopsy ass
Yeah.
man. We said that too. So whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we were really easy on her, we said she's allowed to feel that way in this process though, in this experiment, you're not always going to get that person after 3 days. That's like, it's you, I'm sure, and cuts off all their connections and they don't have to do that. So it's okay that she didn't like that and she left, but then, it's okay that he wanted more time too, that a lot of people do. Like we're hearing all these stories of potentially people that got married that had someone else there till the last day. So it happens on the show.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not out of the norm.
and 2 things can be true at once. It's not out of the
Mhm.
norm, and Kevin, sh he not that he needed like, he needed to be more sure in his stance. Even at the last moment, like, usually at the last moment, somebody goes with their choice and they're firm on that. He wasn't able
Mhm.
to do that. So,
Yeah.
he is there's no wrong here, but, like, in that stance, yeah, that it's annoying, but he did had decided on Tyler. He had decided he was going to pick her, and then
Mhm.
she left anyway. And then so he said, "Okay, well then I will go with Kia." Now saying
Mhm.
she's still your tippity top and she was number 1 and she wasn't a second option. It's like, no, she was, and that's okay. He tried to be honest about that though. He went into the
Mhm.
pod and told Kia, "I have to take accountability. I did tell Tyler that we were going to move forward, and now I'm here basically."
Mhm.
What else is he
Yes.
supposed to do? He did, whether he was forced into a decision or not, he made it.
Yeah. So then we have Kia's speech. So what did you think? I mean, I think you've already shared your thoughts really. Like it was good, but maybe a little calculated or no?
I thought it was good. I think it was good. I love when the men think that they have all the power, right? When they
Yeah.
think that they are gonna make the final decision. And then
Mhm.
it's like, actually, no. Actually, no. Actually, I get to make a choice too. So while you just thought I was sitting over here waiting for you to pick, like I have to make a choice too. I have to want you too. And I like that she said, I think because we hear her earlier on in the pod say like falling in love is a big part of marriage and a big part
Mhm.
of, and she says, I wasn't falling in love with you. I honestly think once Kia heard that he drives a Chevy Cruze and ain't got no
Yeah.
money, she was like, okay, this hell no. Like I'm out. I
Mm.
think at that moment she
Mhm.
knew that she didn't want to be with him. I think she knew, okay, he doesn't really have some of the characteristics that I'm looking for in a husband, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
sit back and I'm gonna see what he's gonna do. And once he
Yeah.
made the choice, she's like, "Oh, by the way,"
Never mind.
what did you think of Kia's speech?
I don't really have like any specific thoughts. I thought it was a good speech, but again, it's hard because she was just being like so going so hard for Kevin, giving him a watch, like seemed so into him, and then all of a sudden she didn't want him. But it could be enough. Like I would love to hear from her and what she has to say about that because was it the realizing he doesn't have his shit together or was it the Tyler leaving and realizing you're the default pick? Like what was it really that spurred that? Like, was she already thinking it, or was it just after Tyler left, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a little part that had confused me initially was when she was like, get like I think get your shit together meant like quite literally, but then she's like, I
Mhm.
deserved better, Tyler deserved better, but this whole time you've been telling him he's not doing anything wrong by having 2 options. So
Yeah.
I would like more clarity on that, like what she meant by that, because this whole time she wasn't pressuring him, she was giving him that space, and then at the
Yeah.
end, like, we both deserved better, like you should have chose up basically, I think is what she was trying to say. So I'm
Mhm.
like, but you were telling him to take his time. Like, so it did
Exactly.
seem like a vast difference in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
It did seem very like a switch
Yeah.
up. So
And it sounds like her and Tyler were super close. And so did that affect the decision? Did she, think Tyler's going to have this huge moment of being like, I don't want that man and I left and good for her. And then I like took him as the second choice and people are going to ridicule that. And so, yeah, I wonder what her true feelings were and if she was just more worried about how it was going to look. And if Tyler had stayed and Kevin picked her, would she have still had that "I choose me" moment? Or was it just because Tyler left and then she just wanted to sort of stand up for Tyler and also not be the second choice? So,
yeah.
I'm excited for her to do interviews. Did she say anything in that article about, like, why she like, what was the actual reason or no?
I don't think so. She just said like kind of what she said in the pods. Like he's not
Mhm.
anyone's husband. She doesn't think he's ready for marriage and like she wasn't falling in love with him. All valid. I think the part that
But
confused me, but what?
well, I was gonna say that is kind of when you really think about it, that's pretty brutal because the whole time she was going so hard for him, giving him the watch, telling him how great he is, like really validating him to the point where we saw him originally set on Tyler and then he was confused. And so the second that he ruined things with Tyler and was like, okay, like you did get to me, you got in my head, like I was confused. She's like, I didn't even want you the whole time. That's kind of brutal. Like she meddled in like in that, and then she didn't even want him the whole time.
I really think she didn't want him once she found out he didn't have, he was broke. Like
Yeah.
I think that really did shift her because you hear her say something about building like she's not usually the one to like she said something about like she's not usually the one to like to be a fixer and like sometimes
Mhm.
women want to fix men, so it was like, oh, it was fun to take on that role for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think once she realized it, like he does need a lot of fixing is when she was like, nah,
Mhm.
like this isn't for me. But she did validate him and tell him, even in her breakup speech, like, you're great, you're amazing, you're going to make a good husband one day, but I don't think you're ready. And I really think she meant like financially. Like, I really think
Yeah.
overall she meant financially. I think the main part of her speech that confused me was being like, me and Tyler deserved better. I would like to know in what way, because you were encouraging him this whole time to just take his time and like make a
Mhm.
decision. So now saying
Yeah.
we deserve better, to me kind of rang like, okay, well, we deserve to be chosen. We deserve to be put first. And she said Tyler deserved more when you decided to move forward with him. So what he decided to move forward with him and she left.
Yeah.
So in what way, you know,
Maybe she means just how he was like, "Okay, you're my girlfriend," and then, like, wasn't gonna cut things off with Kia, but, like, I feel like he was
I think he
eventually. It just
was.
wasn't
I
done
feel
the
like he
way that
was.
Tyler wanted
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
I
so
agree. I fully agree. I think he was, but because it wasn't like in that moment,
yeah.
Tyler got upset, but also
Mhm.
I think he was planning on doing it the next morning, and Tyler
Yeah.
didn't want it to happen the next morning. She wanted to go to bed knowing
No.
this is my boyfriend and we're getting engaged tomorrow. Great, fair, because the way he be like,
Yeah.
it's very possible. It's very possible that the next morning he could have been like, Kia, you're my girlfriend. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it, but I would love to talk to both ladies and get a little bit more
Yeah.
clarity because I think
I
we all
wonder
were confused.
I wonder how Kia feels now watching it back, because she was only getting Tyler's version of what happened. So I wonder how I'm sure she's still happy with the choice she made, but,
Mm.
she was probably kind of told, like, he chose me and then he was still gonna try to choose you. But, like, when you actually watch it, he chose me and he was gonna break it off with you. So maybe Kia knew that, and so that's why she wanted to end it before he did. I don't know. It was very complicated when you have 3 people involved, right? They
Yeah.
shouldn't have talked to each other about it at all, and then they could have actually made the choice they wanted, but
Yeah.
I think Kia just knew too much about what was happening with the other couple, so
Yeah, and she knew he was broke.
yeah, that too.
So and then we see Devo, Devontae, and Brittany's reveal. What did you think?
Yeah, not good. Not good. I think they like I said before, they're both having a very different idea of what each other looked like, and they were not happy. Like, it just wasn't their usual types, obviously, which is not always a bad thing, but it's really hard to come back from that. And their comments to the cameras were obviously a little crazy. We said in our tea that someone calls their partner fat at the reveal. Now, after watching it, I understand what she was trying to say. Like, she wasn't saying he is fat. That wasn't what she meant, I don't think. She was, what she was saying was, I'm not really finding him attractive. He's not my type. Like, he's not tall. He's shorter than I thought, but I like him on the inside. So what does it matter? We're all going to be like fat one day. We're all going to be unattractive eventually. So who cares? So I don't think she was saying he is fat now. I think she was saying, who cares if I'm not attracted to him? Because eventually I'm not going to be anyway. That's how I took it. But still a crazy thing to say because
I
you know
mean,
how it's going to be taken.
I took it as, I mean, it's fine that he's a little tubby now. Like, we're all gonna be fat. Like, I mean, we're all gonna get fat
Yeah.
one day, right? Like, but also, I don't. I like. It's so funny that she said he's shorter than I thought because she's so tiny and he's still like
Yeah.
way taller than her. I think it was very obvious that she was not attracted to him, but she did a very good job at trying and at least
Yeah.
pretending. Like, I didn't get the feeling that she was icked out by him at all or grossed out by him. She seemed to like really at least pretend to be attracted to him. And I
Hmm.
was actually shocked when he was like, not like, "Oh my god, this girl is the finest thing I've ever seen." Like, because
Yeah.
bruh, I don't think you've ever gotten a girl that looks like her, and if you say that you have, I don't believe you. Like
Do we
the fact
know?
that you have a problem with anybody's appearance, you stupid. Oh, you stupid bitch. Like, I was so mad. I was so mad. And I think I say this on the pod all the time. You never
Hmm.
want to be someone's first person of color that they're dating. You never
No.
want to be someone's first Black woman that they are dating. Like, I personally would never date a man that has never dated a woman of color and has never dated a Black woman, because there's just too much to unpack there. And
Yeah.
clearly, Devil is trying to hide it in episodes 5 and 6 as much as he can, but it's almost impossible. It's almost
Mhm.
impossible. Like, it almost felt like at the reveal when he thought she was Latina, he was like, okay, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. The minute he found out that she was mixed with Black, he was like, oh my God, I'm never touching her again.
That
It
is
was crazy.
it's insane, like, he needs some therapy to figure out whatever the hell is wrong with him for that, because what it makes no sense, and he, maybe isn't conventionally attractive, and again, you cannot assume, "Oh, he's not as cute, he's gonna treat me right or be good." They're the worst ones, right?
They're
Like,
the
they're
worst ones. And Brie
yeah,
had said that earlier in like episode 1. She was like, "Oh, like you're supposed to like date a medium ugly guy. Like they're supposed to treat you better." Those are the ones that will shit on you the worst. Don't
yeah,
give the medium ugly guy a chance. If you think, "Oh, I'm gonna just date the medium ugly bitch because they're gonna actually, they're gonna be so happy that they have a bad bitch."
no.
Ladies, it's not happening. They'll do you even dirtier. Like,
So true. It's like you give them a chance and all of a sudden they think they get all the confidence in the world and think they can talk to you or treat you a certain way. So, I mean, it's fair to not have a type, but it's not fair for him to not find her attractive. It doesn't make any sense. It's obviously based on some sort of bias or something wrong in his
it's
brain.
based
So,
on, so, and as it obviously your name is Devonte, sir, and you
yeah.
are a Black man. I know you don't want to admit it, but you are a Black man. So exactly, like there's something, like she is so beautiful, and it's like, okay, she's not white. That's what the
Mhm.
problem is that she's not white. So what are you here for? What did you come here for?
And I think he definitely thought, like, not to put like stereotype or say everything it means something, but I just feel like he thought she was white, right? Like, that's what
100%.
I think, didn't she say that? Or that was Emma maybe that said that to Mike. We'll get there, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think they not on purpose at all. She wasn't trying to conceal anything. Like you said, she mentioned the dances, like, she wasn't trying to, like, hide it, but I feel like he didn't even think to ask because he didn't think
'Cause
that
of her
she was a
voice.
woman of color.
'Cause
Yeah.
of her voice. And
Mhm.
and he says, like, he brings up in Mexico, her voice. He's like, "You don't
Mhm.
look like how your voice sounds." And she said, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
because I sound white. Like, I
Yeah,
know
okay, it
I
was her
sound
that said
white.
it.
I
Okay.
sound
Mhm.
white." And so it's like he's so mind fucked because he thought she was white. So it's
Mhm.
like, it he's literally giving me the ick. He's getting on my nerves. Like, I would have, if it wasn't for Ashley, which I'm jumping ahead to episode 6, but if it wasn't for Ashley being in the picture, I would have been on Alex so hard, even though he's a creepy crawler himself and he gives me the ick. I would have shit on Devo so bad and went to the
Mhm.
most attractive guy after. Victor. Victor is not in the running here.
Yeah.
Okay, Victor is my man. He is my man. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
Christine, but he is right after Freddie for me. Okay, like Victor's
Mhm.
really doing something to me. Um, I would have been like, yeah, it's over for you. It's over for you, Mr. Bernstein Bear.
Can Okay, can I just ask you about something that's because I was posting on Threads and I said Victor and Christine was my favorite reveal, and somebody was mad about that. They said, "You're lovely, Ashley, but you should see what Black people have to say about their reveal." So are people not liking their reveal? Because I thought we all were rooting for them. There's nothing. I've seen people say he's a little like not corny, but like given poet. I've seen that, and I've seen people worried about why they didn't go to Mexico. But I thought generally we thought they were a good match. No.
I literally
We
haven't.
need to see more, right?
We need to see more of them, but
Yeah.
also I don't see anything Black people are saying about them.
Yeah.
I know that in my comments, people are trying to say, "Oh my God, Black women are jealous that he's with a white woman." And I'm like, I don't, where do you see that?
Mhm.
Like, I think people just try and create a conflict when there is an interracial couple and that's not there. I've had some people say, "Okay, Victor code switches." I'm like, "Okay, I code switch too all the time." Um,
Mhm.
I have had some people say, "Oh, he didn't seem genuine at the reveal." I personally thought it was a good reveal. They seemed really into each other. I
Mhm.
and again, I wish we were seeing more of them
Mhm.
interacting with the couples, because I would have liked to see how Victor interacted with some of the women that he maybe had connections with, but
Yeah.
apparently all hit maybe he didn't. So they said there were no
Well,
entanglements. So
I understand people's feelings. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but, like, I was hoping Victor would end up with, like, Dynasty or someone because I know when Brett and Tiffany were together and it was all black love, and it just makes everyone so happy, and I love to see that too.
me too.
Am I
Me
allowed to
too.
say that?
You're allowed to, because I mean,
Okay.
you want to see it, right? Like, and I know,
Yeah,
like, some people are like, love is love, but it's like, and it's like, if you're not black, you don't get it, so, and that's okay,
yeah,
but you obviously do get it. You want to
I do.
see
I
it, like
wanted it
you
too.
want
I'm
to
rooting for
see it.
that too.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to see it, but it's like, and you hope to see it, and the
Mhm.
closest we got to it is Devo and Brittany, and now look at what's happening.
Yeah.
He praying on his hands and knees for a white woman,
Yeah.
and it's like he has this beautiful black woman and he doesn't want her, and it's like, so you do want to see those connections. There's something so special and powerful about a black man that just is like unapologetically loves a black woman, a black queen.
Mhm.
And yeah, I would have liked to see that, but we got a beautiful love story with him and Christine, and that's okay too. But and he
Yeah,
had a
I
better
think
connection with her, so.
totally. I can't wait till we can hear more about, like, why we did hear a little bit from Tyler saying, like, Dynasty felt like she couldn't connect with Victor because they didn't have that background in that story, right? And you can't force yourself to love someone just to make a certain story. So I feel like, there was potentials there and they tried, but they didn't connect. So that's why I hope people aren't mad about Victor and Christine because I think that they did try, but we need to hear more from, like, what happened in those connections. Like,
Mhm.
did they feel like Victor has a certain type, or was it just that Victor and Christine really just emotionally connected, and that's why? Because we don't really know what happened with Victor's other connections because they didn't show us nothing, which I
Yeah.
hate. I would have
Mhm.
loved to see. If they showed how they weren't connecting, maybe people could accept Victor and Christine more. Because right now it's sort of like, oh, there was all these options for a beautiful black love, and why didn't that work? Like, what happened? Whose fault
Yeah.
was it? Did they both just not like each other? If we saw them not connecting and it just wasn't going to happen, you can't really be mad. They tried, right? So
Yeah, and
I want to know
and it's
more.
okay, like, sometimes you just have a better connection with somebody else, which is what he had with
Hmm.
Christine. They, they connected about their faith, and
Yeah,
like I said, we're gonna hear more of Dynasty's story. I don't know if that's gonna include Victor or not, but we'll see, you know?
yeah, yeah. I'm
We
excited to
will see.
hear more because yeah, we didn't see any of Victor and Christine's other connections or Jordan and Amber, a few couples. Some of
Jordan
them
and
are in
Amber,
like a
Ashley and Alex, like, and then we
mhm.
see but then we have this love, like, octagon. I don't
Yeah.
even know how many with Emma, Mike, Connor, Chris, Bree. And again, I
Mhm.
really think that we got a bunch of nothing, but continuing on with episode 5, Emma and Mike are still in the damn pods, okay? Like
Yeah. We see them get engaged, do their reveal. I think Mike was keeping it cute, like he did say she's not usually my type or I've never dated someone from another race before. That's what he said,
mhm.
right? So he
Mhm.
did say it, but I don't know, the way he said it just seemed so much better than the way Devontae was saying it,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah. Like,
they
he
said the same
seemed to
thing,
genuinely
but
not care. Mike seemed to
yeah.
genuinely not care. But maybe he's a
So
better actor. You never know,
that's
you
what I
know?
was thinking. Like, I feel like they both had the same sentiment where it's like, "Oh, this is very different for me, but I'm gonna try." But it doesn't seem like Devontae's actually trying, but it seems like Mike is. But again, could be faking it. So,
Mhm.
we see Chris and Jessica sort of have a big difference in lifestyle, right? Like they're talking a lot about this working out thing. He's like,
Mm.
work out
Mhm.
all the time, and she's
Mhm.
like, "I really hate it," and he's laughing like, "No big deal, it's
Yep.
fine," but when they get
Mhm.
back to the real world, I'm interested to see how
Mhm.
that goes. And she mentioned something about getting her news from Instagram and, like, her
Yeah, she
strong
said her
political views.
strong political views.
She's
Do you
on
know what
the good side, I checked, so
okay. Just like, and he said, "I love that about you," which would make you think that they have the same political views. I would think
Mhm.
that if it's something that was so important to her, that they had that conversation.
Yes.
I don't
Mhm.
know. Chris gives me the other side, but I'm not passing
I'm
any
not I'm
judgment.
not gonna lie, when, she said it, I was expecting to see the other things. I mean, to be honest, I'm making judgment because she's posting a lot about going to drag shows and that sort of thing, and so I just feel like that gives
Yeah. No,
clue.
I checked her following,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay. She she follows, 7,000 Instagram accounts, so she wasn't kidding when she said she gets, bombarded with a lot of news. Because I did not check her following because I saw the number 7,000 and I was like, "Alright, I'm gonna take her word for it."
I
So
do feel like fitness is coming up a lot for this couple, so I do
mhm,
feel like it's going to be a point of contention in their storyline because production likes to focus on stuff that we're gonna be seeing more of. I think even when he was in the pool and she's just like, "I'm just here for support, I'm not, like, partaking in the activity." It's like, yeah, this is gonna be he's just like, "I don't like to run, I thought you would only wanna be with a gym rat." They're really, really focusing on this, so I think they're making it quite obvious that this is going to become a problem later.
uh-huh. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's basically the only thing that they talk about, and she keeps talking about how he's, like, gorgeous and she's very attracted to him. I don't know, not
Where?
I know.
Where? Where? She's like, "You're so beautiful." I'm like
And not to skip ahead, but since we're already talking about them, when they had that dinner and were they basically saying they're not having kids? Because I don't remember that talk in the pods, but he was kinda
Mm.
like they're talking about her being old, and then he was like, I'm not like someone who's ever wanted kids." So,
Yeah.
did we hear her say, like, "I don't want kids"? I didn't think that that had been a thing.
No. And they don't show us everything in the pods, but yeah, like, she's kinda like, "If I am, cool. If I'm not, cool.
Mhm,
Probably not gonna happen because I'm 39,"
mhm.
but yeah.
I feel like they're doing that thing that we've seen in the past with, like, Ben and Sarah and everybody where these huge, huge red flags or not red flags, just huge differences of lifestyle and, like, deal breakers, right? And they're just like, "It's fine," but, they're never gonna be saying yes at the altar, and they know that, and that's why they're not actually diving deep into these things. So that's why I appreciate the other couples who are being more real and maybe looking bad, but they're just saying their honest opinion and, like, "This might not work," because yeah, he's just sitting there like, "I don't know, I don't care. Maybe we'll have kids, maybe we won't. Not a big deal. You're like 6 years older than me, no big deal. You don't work out, I do all day. Who cares? No problem." Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. They're not
There's
actually deep.
he's not like, he has no intention of being with this woman, like,
0.
he's 0,
Mhm.
like, you ain't fooling nobody, Chris. You ain't
Mhm.
fooling nobody. So, I do feel like in these batch of episodes, we barely saw Amber and Jordan, like,
Mhm.
barely, like, we know that they had sex on a CPAP machine, and that's it, like, we didn't, really see them at all.
Isn't he young for CPAP? Is that older people's thing or no? I don't know much about it.
It's a breathing machine, right? Like
Yeah,
that helps
sleep
you breathe
apnea.
at night. Yeah, yeah, and I think if you snore a lot and usually if you're a little heavier set, no tea, no shade, to Jordan, but you might have breathing issues when you sleep, and so you sometimes have to
Mm.
sleep with it on. I'm like, you gonna suffocate the man trying to ride that thing while with the CPAP machine on. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Go easy on him. Ease up. Easy, easy.
So,
Like
like, he wore it while they had sex?
That's what she said, like, basically, like, they made it a joke, like, basically, like,
Uh,
they started with it on, he had to, like, take it off.
I wonder if they do, like, any role play with that. Anyways, I don't need to know, but I feel like
I
sleeping with
feel like
someone
he
with
would
an
make a
apparatus.
speak apparatus. Speaking of role play, I think he would make a really good Santa Claus. I don't know why, I just think he kinda looks like Kris Kringle a little bit.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that, and I was like, okay, Ricky's into
No, I was like, I think he'd make a really good Santa Claus.
Do you think she's really into him? She's, like, cuddling, kissing, they're hooking up?
It seems like I think that when couples not that everything's about sex, but I think that it does say a lot, like, that you're connecting with your partner in a sense and you're attracted to them if you're sleeping
Mhm,
with them. She says that she likes huskier men, that's,
yeah.
that's her type. So at the reveal, I didn't think so, but now after seeing episodes 5 and 6, I believe that she's attracted to him, yeah, and I
Yeah.
think he's attracted to her.
I was remembering who she reminds me of. You didn't watch last season of The Traitors, but Carolyn from Survivor and The Traitors, like they are like twins. So I'll make like a
Mm.
clip or something so you can see what I'm talking about. But someone said it in our comments too. They're like, she's just like Carolyn. So she has like a very quirky vibe to her.
Mm,
Quirky
okay.
is not the
Yeah.
word you're thinking, but
Quirky
what's a
no,
different
no,
word?
no, no, it's the word I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have many thoughts on her because I haven't put my finger on it. Like,
Mhm,
there's something, but then there's nothing at the same time. So
mhm.
I'm like, I need to again, I feel like we barely saw them these episodes, so I'm, like, waiting to see
Yeah.
more. What we did see a lot of is Ashley and Alex, and they're definitely
Oh.
sexualizing them. They're definitely
Mhm,
sexualizing them. They are getting the sexual edit. That's all we hear them talk about, and soccer.
mhm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's just too much. Like, even in episode 6 when everybody was talking about the next morning, you see everyone, like, gives a vague answer of if they fucked or not, and, like,
Mhm.
they're like, "Lots of positions!
Yeah.
Yeah, super good. About to see that position right now. About to ride that dick right now." Like, it's just like,
Her
"Okay, we get
family's
it."
probably watching it. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. It's
So
like your
embarrassing.
grandma's watching or something.
So embarrassing. I would literally die.
Yeah, he's keeping saying the word dangerous a lot, and it seems like it's so crazy because their connection seems so physical. Then we see him talk to Brittany, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not really into her." Like, what? That's the
No,
one thing I
he's a
thought you were liking about
douche
her.
bag. He's a fucking D bag. Like, he's the
Mhm.
F boy because at the reveal, he's like, "You're my, yeah, I like that you have blonde hair. Oh my God, you're so beautiful." He's
Liar.
scooting next to her trying to lick her face. And then even in the thing, he's like, "Stop looking at me like that." Like, he's just so cringy. Then you
Mhm.
guys have sex, and it's like, "Oh yeah, like she's not my physical type. You ain't shit.
No.
You
Is
ain't shit. You ain't about shit."
s so embarrassing to see that. I hope he actually tells her. I'm sure hopefully he will in the next drop, but if she's gonna watch his back and have no idea that he was saying the shit, like, that is horrible, so
Yeah.
what did you think about Bree stirring the pot so much? Like, she kept complaining, no one's having these deep talks, but, like, why wasn't she just doing it? Like
I know. That's exactly what I wrote down. I
yeah.
was like, girl, you're talking about, I mean, it's just so weird that we all connected and nobody's like, go talk to Chris."
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. Go freaking talk to him.
Mhm.
Like you're
And
crying to your partner, but you're basically crying. I think she was a little loose off the goose, but you're crying to your partner about how nobody had conversations. That's how bad you wanted to talk to Chris. Is that you're
yeah.
literally crying to your partner.
She didn't wanna be the only one, I think, right? She didn't wanna look bad, and she's like, "I thought we were gonna have, like, a set thing where we all sit down and talk to each other so I could do it without looking bad." So, I feel like she should know the reason why no one is really caring and they're all ripping shots, as she said, is because a lot of them are not there to get married, and a lot of them are no, they're not getting married. They're just on a fun vacay in Cabo. They're not actually caring about any of these people, and so that's why they're not taking it serious. If she is,
Yep.
that's great, but, like,
Yeah. And
no one
I
else wants
think
to get deep.
it was just she wanted to talk to Chris. That's all that
Yeah.
was, right? Like talk about I need a part 2,
Mhm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like you like go talk to Chris. Now, I did think
Yeah.
that their little conversation at the pool was friendly. I
Yeah.
found that conversation to be very friendly. Chris did not seem interested. But that
No.
is because Chris still seems interested in Jessica. But we obviously see in the preview that Chris is somehow going to become less into Jessica and then wonder about
Great.
Breezy.
Mhm.
And Breezy is right now curious about Chris. And I think later down the line, she's going to just kind of be off him. But that's just my assumption. But yeah, I didn't, he didn't seem into it.
No, he didn't at all. She did well, she was kinda like, "I'm gonna come over and still" like, I told Connor, "Chris is still gonna take me to do all these things," and he's kinda like, "Yeah, and bring Connor too." Like, he didn't take the bait really at all, which is interesting because like,
Yeah, she
she's
did say
gonna
that. I forgot.
yeah, she was like, "I'm gonna come and do the cold plunge," and he just kept being like, "Yeah, with Connor, right? Like, not just you." Which is funny because then he comes differently to the mixer, so I don't know what changes, but I think going back to the real world is gonna be a shock because 'cause they're at I don't know if they usually stay at somewhere so it looks like they're at a real nice place, driving around in convertible, like, it's quite the
Mhm.
trip, so
Yeah, talking about we didn't have no budget.
yeah.
I heard you guys play Jet2 Holiday. Don't
Yeah.
fucking play with me. Like, you guys definitely have a budget. Like, that is a
Mhm.
very nice hotel in Cabo. I feel like they stayed there one other season.
Okay.
I feel like they say they're one other season, but that is a very nice hotel in Kabul. What do you think about Brittany saying that Devontae's disengaged? Because at first I thought it was because they weren't having sex, but it
Mhm.
really does seem like his energy shifted once he found out that she was black, which is
Yeah.
disgusting. But you think it's because they're not fucking, and it's to the point where she goes, okay, fine, we can have sex. Like, if that's what's gonna
Mhm.
make you put down your wall and like me again, which I hate that for her. Like,
Yeah.
eh,
No, it's
he says he goes into a nothing box.
That's like, she's so right. They're in a honeymoon phase that should be all over each other. If you're planning to actually marry someone and be together for 40 years, you're gonna have a lot of time in your nothing box. That shouldn't be like a week, a day after you finally meet. So it sounds like he's just doing anything he can to keep distance between them until he gets home. Like getting up in the morning and sleeping outside. And when they went to bed, was he in like a full like snowsuit or something? Like he
I
was
don't. He's
covered.
like, don't touch
Yeah. And he said he
me.
gets hot, right? Like, he's sweaty, so for him to go into bed covered up is crazy. I mean, if you don't wanna be physical with someone, that's fine, but he needs to be honest, not say, "I'm in a nothing box." You need to say, "Yeah, I'm not feeling this. I don't know if I can get there." Like, prepare yourself,
It's
you know?
Jubilee and Wendy from Love Is Blind Germany
Yeah.
all over again.
Mhm. Same thing.
It's the same thing. You're not attracted to her, and you but you're trying to make it seem like it's she's just tripping, right? "Oh my
Mhm.
god, I just like to do nothing. She needs." I think he was, like, telling the other guys, like, "Oh my god, she just needs constant reassurance. I just don't want to talk to her. I just don't wanna talk. There's nothing
Mhm.
wrong. I just don't wanna touch." No, there's something wrong, and that's the thing that men don't realize is that we know when a man is not into us.
Yeah.
We know when a man is into us. It just feels different, and you're not into her. Simple, and I don't know why. Like,
Mhm.
and I don't know how you could not be into somebody or judge somebody because of their looks, you bitch. Like, because
Yeah.
it's just like, be honest. Just say, hey, I, I think you're beautiful, but I am struggling connecting the physical. Like, I'm
Mhm.
having a struggle. So please be
Yeah.
patient with me. Not blame it on your grandparent that passed away. Not be like, oh my God, I just because I'm not touching you every 5 seconds. Like, that's not what she's asking for, bruh.
No.
She told you physical touch is her love language. She told you she likes affection. She told you
Mhm.
what she needs,
Yeah.
and you're not doing it. Like, you're not acknowledging her at all, and you're trying to make her
Mhm.
seem crazy for it. That isn't that what they call gaslighting?
That is exactly what they call gaslighting, and, yeah, I feel for her. I wish, like you said, she would just cut him off and go for someone else even though all the people there are engaged, so I'm interested to see what happens in the mixer for them, but I can't imagine these 2 are gonna last much longer. Like, why
Mm.
would she do that to herself? That's the crazy thing, right? He's fallen in love with her emotionally through a wall. So you already love this person, you got engaged, you see them, they are gorgeous, they're just not your type, and you can't get over that. Like,
Because you
that's
didn't fall in love with them emotionally.
no.
You didn't. You talked to somebody for 10 days for a lot, and it's like, "Oh, okay, you cool, this'll do, this'll do."
Mhm.
Like,
And
I
I
don't
knew he
believe any of these people are actually falling in love in the pods. I
no.
don't even know that that's possible. Like, that's just, like, being honest, you
Mhm.
know?
It's true. You just there's so much more to learn and figure out in a relationship before you get to the wedding part. And so that's the problem, obviously, with the experiment, but it does work for some people. I think just people that would have in the real world worked. You know what I mean? They just happen
Mm.
to find each other this way and
Mhm.
it works
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
It's rare we see someone acting the way that Devo is, like not into the person, and then they work it out eventually. So
I think this experiment works when you actually have an intention to get married, right? When you
yeah.
actually go in there with an intent to get married, which seems like the case for Victor and Christine. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But then you have people that are going into the experiment. I don't care if I find somebody that I do like, I'm not getting married. Like, maybe
No.
this will end in a relationship, maybe this will end in us like being friends, but I know I'm not getting married, so it doesn't matter what's happening. So then you
Yeah.
throw me in this pit, and then it's with somebody that I don't find attractive. Oh, I don't even know how to fucking act.
No. It's like this got way too serious. I just came for the vacation and now I
And now
have
look at
to
me. Now I have to cuddle with this girl. Like, he's acting like she's like some type of beast. It's crazy. I'm like, she's so gorgeous. Like,
when they played the game and she's like, "Oh, like, you've never had a hickey," and he's like, "I don't want a hickey." Like, that was so bad. He just like, he's not even trying to fake it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that at that pool party, Alex pulled Brittany for chat, even though
Yeah.
Alex is a douchebag, even though it
Yeah.
was diabolical. I think for her to say that she thinks it's innocent when she literally on screen said, Ashley needs to watch out because what he just did was ruthless. Like she used the
Yeah.
word ruthless. It was. So it
Yeah.
wasn't innocent. You're trying to dial it back because
She's
maybe they're
walking it
dating
back.
now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm
Maybe.
starting rumors. I'm
No.
starting rumors. I'm starting rumors. But he pulls her for a chat. Basically says Ashley's not his type, but Brittany is. He makes it
Mhm.
very clear. Now let's also make it clear that Brittany said her type is tall,
Tall.
athletic, and yeah. So
Yeah.
so you told him
Yeah.
he was your type too, and that conversation really did come off like he was saying, "It's okay.
Mhm.
It's okay if we see what's up. We'd be doing ourselves kind of like a disservice."
Yeah.
That's how the chat came across to me. Now she did kind of shut it down, but
Yeah.
he was trying it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he told her basically she'd be settling to be with Devo, right? And then he's like, "Nope, I didn't mean it that way. Like, I love him, but yeah, I think he's feeling like Ashley and Devo are not on their level and that they would be on a better level."
Physically.
Also, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I felt so bad for Ashley when she's trying to talk to him, like, about what's gonna happen when we get back to Columbus, and he's like, "I don't really wanna be in Columbus long, like, I hate that I even have to go there," and it's like, "Sir, you're on Love Is Blind Columbus," but anyways, the nomad in him, I guess, but he's not wanting to get into it because he knows, like, we're not getting married. Why are we even talking about things that aren't relevant, right? And
Why
she's
are
like,
we talking about fallacies? Why are we talking about shit that's never gonna happen?
yeah,
Like,
like the day that wedding's over, I'm on a plane and you're never seeing my face again. So if they even get to the wedding, I have no idea. But
yeah.
he when someone doesn't want it, it's the same thing with Chris and Jessica. When you're actually trying to bring up an issue that is going to be something we have to overcome or figure out together, and they're like, it's fine, it's all good. That's not a good sign. They're not caring because it's not happening. So
Yeah, I think Jessica fully thinks it is happening. But what do
and
you
Ashley,
think? And Ashley, I think Ashley's just so physically into Alex that she's like, oh
yeah.
yeah, like yeah, like I'm trying to lock this down. But she
Hmm.
knew, like literally, she's asking him how'd your conversation goes. He's going through everybody and they mama except for Brittany, because
Hmm.
and then she's like, who else? Who else? Who else? To the point where he's like, I mean, I don't think I was flirty. You know when somebody
Hmm.
says they don't think they're flirty that they're fucking lying, bitch. What you mean you don't
Hmm.
think you were flirty? I mean, I think Brittany and Devo like have some things to work out, but like I don't think that's my place to say. Like, okay,
Hmm.
so you're just gonna leave out the part where you told her that she'd be settling for Devo and that she's your type and
Yeah.
basically let her know you're interested? Cool, 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 cool.
So it seems like they were like not forced to, but like they were told to like talk to everybody because he listed like the people he talked to, right? Which is smart.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that every time, but I want to see more of that, right? Because we've said in those last few seasons, like with the whole Sarah and Joey and Ben on season 8, like Sarah and Joey are still together and we're each other's
Mhm.
second choices. So what would those conversations have looked like on the trip? They've been leaving that out, and so I like that they're putting that back in. I think we mentioned that in one of our recaps that we wanna see that, so they're probably just taking all of the tips from us, and we're, like,
Yeah,
pulling the
yeah.
strings now. Just
We're
kidding.
basically producers. Is
Basically.
I'm picking up what you're
We're the
putting down.
showrunners.
We're basically the showrunners. You guys are so
Yeah.
welcome.
What else do you wanna see? We'll
What
ask. We'll
else
just
do you
put it
want
out
to
there.
see? We'll just put it out there, because they are just so worried about us.
Yes. We're their
Obviously,
favorite
guys,
people. Yes.
sarcasm if you don't know what that is. Because some people will literally take that and run with it. But yeah, Alex is full of shit. He's a fuckboy. He'd be saying a bunch of
Yep.
nothing. He'd just be talking to talk. And I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up. He has like a fake confidence about him, like trying to pretend like he's super confident, but he's not.
Mhm.
And then towards the end of episode 6 is when we see Brie and Connor talk again. And she's basically saying, I need a part 3 with Chris. I do feel
Mhm.
like if this was a guy saying that he needed a part 3 with a girl he was connecting with after he saw her and thought she was hot, we would be lighting
Mhm.
his ass up. It's
Yeah,
like,
we would.
girl, your second connection is supposed to be a one and done
Mhm.
conversation. Now I need a part 8, 10, 11, 12. Like, so I do feel like he took it well. I think you could tell he's uncomfortable. I think you could tell he
Mhm.
doesn't like it, but he's trying to be understanding. Like, well, if that's what you need, and I'm like, nah, because if this was a guy, we would literally be like, you asshole. But
Yeah.
at least she's keeping it interesting.
Yeah, we appreciate that she's, like, willing to stir the pot and willing to be honest and say, like, I am I don't think she's saying she's torn, but it does feel like she is a little torn. Like, it feels like she was
Mhm.
pleasantly surprised to see Chris. Again, I don't really understand, and watching it back now and seeing that he said, like, "Oh, I didn't have that connection with her. It was like talking to another guy," like,
Mhm.
she's gonna be a little embarrassed that she's putting thoughts into this and wasting time. Although it sounds like Chris switches up, so I don't know what happens there, but excited to see.
Excited to see. Yeah, the preview for the next drop looks very interesting. I think
Mhm.
we're gonna get some good drama.
Yep.
We are gonna get the return of Kia and see Kevin meet
Yeah.
her, but I did not see Tyler in the previews, but maybe they're
No.
keeping that a little secret for us.
Mhm. Yeah, and then we did see that Priyanka and Alex are having to sit down, so that will be interesting because 'cause we've not seen anything about those 2, so
Yeah, dark features. He said he likes
yeah.
his dark features.
Mhm. I love now we hopefully they let all the people who we didn't see start talking, so we'll have lots of tea to come, lots of interviews to cover.
I didn't see Victor and Christine at the mixer either, but maybe I missed that.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to just protect them and keep them away from it. But,
Yeah.
like, you're our one shot at a marriage this season, you guys are not mixing with these messy motherfuckers.
Yeah. We're not putting Victor around anybody
No.
because the ladies are gonna pounce, okay? They are gonna
Right?
pounce. Although he does seem like I don't know what he fucking seems like. He seems fine, but
Mhm.
I don't know nothing else about him because we're 6 episodes in and barely have seen him.
And
So, and we didn't even get to see him in Cabo with his shirt off. I am so disappointed.
we were robbed.
We're
Robbed.
robbed. We were robbed.
Yeah, it doesn't
All I
l
want in life. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
it doesn't look good that they're not showing a lot of them, right? Because like, if you had a lot of good to show, you'd show it, but they didn't have a camera crew in what's
Yeah,
it
they
called?
didn't have a camera crew. Yeah,
Casamigos?
in Malibu. They were in
Malibu.
Malibu. Yeah. But
Yeah.
they didn't have a camera crew. They were shooting on their phone. Ghetto. Anywho.
Yeah. So maybe that'll change once we get into the end and probably some of these couples take off because I don't think some of them are gonna last through the next drop, but
Oh, I definitely think some are dropping off in the next
mhm.
drop.
Who do you think will be breaking up?
Um, if I had to take my best guess, I would say Alex and Ashley, but we actually see them meeting parents and stuff.
Right.
So
Mhm.
that doesn't mean they're going to make it past the next drop. I think Jessica and Chris, because we obviously hear him in the preview saying, "Oh, like I'm starting to wonder what life would be like with my number two." That's not
Mhm.
giving that they make it very far.
No.
Like your eye is wandering. So think I would think those
I
2 also Devo and Brittany, that they don't seem solid,
no, they
like,
don't, but
all of them.
I think we can see her in the weddings, but sometimes it's just the dress fitting and they, like, trick us, so we'll see what happens, but
But if she makes it to the
shocking.
dress fitting, then that would mean that she makes it past they make it past the next batch
That's
of
crazy.
episodes sometimes, and
If they go to the
sometimes
altar, that's crazy.
no,
Like,
but sometimes they want that moment.
that's all it
You
would
know what I
be
mean?
because there's
You know?
no way they wanna marry each other, 0%. So,
Yeah.
well, any other thoughts about episodes 5 and 6?
Nope, that's it.
That's it.
Looking forward to the next drop.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Like we said, we did a live last night for like a practice. We did pretty good. It took us a couple minutes to get on, but then we were rolling. So we're gonna do another one Tuesday, right?
Mhm.
Tuesday night at 7 PST. We're taking a little hiatus this week from our deep dive just because there's so much Love is Blind. There's 6 episodes to cover, so something had to give. But we'll be back. I think maybe we can get it back next week. We'll see how that goes. Depends on how much tea these people are spilling. So, but
Yeah.
we will definitely have it back, just not this week. And we have Tell Me Lies, The Traders, all our Bravo shows, so much. So subscribe so you don't miss it. Come to our live. and let us know what you guys thought about the episodes. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.